First tonight, state Democrats say they're working to change the tide. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rachel Williams. This weekend, Arkansas Democrats are in Bentonville to lay out their plan for 2026. 5 News reporter Parker Abels was able to talk to the party chair today.
Saturday afternoon, the Arkansas Democrats held their quarterly state committee meeting in Bentonville. The goal is for them to discuss candidacies for the upcoming 2026 election, and the chair for the party, Grant Tennille, says he likes where they're at.
Democrats right now are excited by the performance of our legislators during the General Assembly, and we are really getting focused on fielding a great slate of candidates to run in the midterms in 2026 because we think there's opportunity.
And while the election feels a ways out, Will Watson, a consultant for the party, says it's not as far away as you might think.
While the election is over a year and a half away, Democrats will have to file all of our candidates for the state legislature, constitutional offices, and federal offices here in about 6 months. And so it's really not as far away as you think.
And there are a lot of seats up for grabs in 2026.
4 congressional races, and all of our constitutional officers are going to be up as well. Governor, Attorney General, Secretary of State, Land Commissioner, Auditor, Treasurer.
It's no secret that the party faces an uphill battle. Republicans hold a supermajority in the state, but Democrats say they're feeling more optimistic as the area continues to grow.
As this MSA grows with people moving in from all over the country, I think what we're seeing in the demographics of Northwest Arkansas is a slow but steady movement toward, a less partisan environment.
And Watson says the voting numbers from the 2024 election proves it.
If you look at the downtowns of Bentonville, Springdale, Rogers, and obviously Fayetteville, there's tremendous change happening politically. Those folks, even in an election cycle where Vice President Kamala Harris was defeated pretty soundly across Arkansas, she won the cores of each of those towns.
In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Turning now to Little Rock, where it was another busy week for the 95th General Assembly. Lawmakers have the weekend off before returning on Monday for the final 3 days of the session. The Senate had 5 unsuccessful votes on Senate Bill 354. It's the bill that would clear $750 million for the Franklin County Prison. Senate Leader Bart Hester said he will not put it to another vote unless 27 other senators requested it. That's the total votes needed for it to pass. And House Bill 1150 also passed votes in both the House and Senate. It would limit pharmacy benefit managers from owning the pharmacy itself. Pharmacists across the state worry that several major pharmacies would close down from the rule. The bill heads to Governor Sanders' desk to sign.
Hey, good evening to you. Did you notice the full moon out there tonight? It's not just any old full moon. Tonight is what they refer to as the pink moon. Now, here's the thing. It's not going to turn pink. It's not even going to look really much different at all, but it is a full moon. Skies are clear out there right now. This one is happening in which the moon is the furthest away from the Earth in its orbit, which will technically make it appear as the smallest of the full moons we've got this year. If you're heading out to take a peek at it, well, you need those jackets. It's cool out there. We're dropping into the 50s and 60s overnight tonight. While it's going to get cool by tomorrow morning, it's going to be a warm, dare I say, hot afternoon. Many of us in the mid to upper 80s, and I think somebody out there, maybe Southside, maybe Clarksville, heck, I wouldn't rule out Poto or even Fort Smith, may hit 90 degrees for the first time tomorrow afternoon. A warm day area-wide, abundant sunshine. The thing to worry about tomorrow is going to get downright windy. We're talking winds 40, maybe even 50 mile per hour. It does cool down early next week. We'll track that in just a few.
All right, thanks, Scott. Arkansas Game and Fish's special youth turkey hunt is underway this weekend. But after all the rain and flooding last week, the agency wants hunters to be careful before heading out to their favorite spots across the state. Water levels on the rivers and usual flood spots are still high right now, and some rural roads may have been washed out by the rain.
It's going to be a week, maybe 2 weeks before we can even get into some of those areas to see the extent of the damage that these floodwaters have caused. If you haven't already checked those places out during daylight, please slow down, be careful. Even in places that are up in the mountains, we have roads that are washed out that, it's going to take a little while to fix those roads as well.
And if fishing is your preferred activity, the agency says you also need to keep a sharp eye out for debris in and under the water. Tonight, we now know when the man accused of shooting and killing 2 people outside a Fort Smith bar will face a judge. Nufaz Ruak is set to appear in court on Wednesday. He's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder after a shooting outside the Foxfire Club this past Wednesday. Brian Jones and Todd Jewell were found shot outside the bar and were rushed to the hospital, but later died. Police found Ruak the next day at home on 38th Street, just 2 miles from the bar. Police say he tried to run away after police caught up to him, but they were able to catch up and take him into custody. A man is now facing manslaughter charges after a fight at the Benton County Jail turned deadly. Mark Oxford is accused of getting into a fight with David Thompson back in 2023. According to court documents, the fight happened in a cell out of view from correction officers. Those documents show Thompson suffered from a traumatic brain injury and passed away days after the fight. Oxford is set to appear in court next month to face that felony manslaughter charge. Turning to Capitol Hill, where the Trump administration is in talks with Iran. This is a live look at the White House tonight. It marks the first meeting on Tehran's nuclear threat since President Trump returned to office. And as Lee Kin-Irie reports, the White House described the meeting as very positive and constructive.
Straight off the plane from his visit with Russia's Vladimir Putin, real estate billionaire Steve Witkoff, now President Trump's special envoy, leading the first talks between Iran and the United States in a decade. Diplomacy that came with a red line.
I want Iran to be a wonderful, great, happy country, but they can't have a nuclear weapon.
It was Trump who pulled out of a nuclear deal with Iran in 2015, signed by major world powers, including the U.S., after years of negotiating to limit Iran's nuclear program. Trump said that deal was one-sided. Instead, he enacted a maximum pressure campaign, hitting Iran's economy with devastating sanctions and assassinating a top Iranian general. But when the deal fell apart, Iran's nuclear program leaped forward. Analysts believe they may soon have enough weapons-grade uranium to make a nuclear warhead. Trump's hurry to deal with that threat comes as Iran is weakened by regional turmoil. Syria's Assad regime, a close ally, toppled. Hamas and Hezbollah crippled by Israel's war effort. The U.S. is bolstering its presence in the Middle East with missile defense systems, aircraft carriers, and stealth bombers. Iran's foreign minister has said the ball is in America's court. The talks have been constructive, and they agreed to meet again next Saturday. Lee Kin-Irie, CBS News, London.
A colorful celebration filled the momentary today as the Indian Cultural Association Northwest Arkansas hosted their annual Holi Festival. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza was there to learn more about the colorful celebration.
The Indian Cultural Association of NWA hosted their annual Holi celebration, bringing vibrant colors and cultural traditions to the momentary. Arul Kumran, Secretary of ICA NWA, explains the significance of this festival of colors.
The Holi is about it has 2 significance. One is with respect to the cultural aspects, the another one is about the seasonal aspects. The cultural aspect is about it is to come over. We are going up in different cultures, different status, and things like that in across our home country. It's to come over the barrier of the social status, the color, the region, the language, or where you are from.
Beyond breaking social barriers, Ravikant Krovidi, president of ICA NWA, says Holi represents something deeper.
And it is also like, good over evil. So that is another way it's like, traditionally celebrated to make with the colors, different colors, making that hue.
This marks the 3rd year the festival has partnered with the Momentary in Bentonville.
And here in Momentary, this is the 3rd year we are celebrating Holi in partnership with Momentary. This is the 3rd year. So it was a great success year partnering with Momentary and Crystal Bridges. And then it's like giving a good space, good diversity coming in and celebrating all together.
The colored powders used in the celebration are all natural and safe.
We are very particular about what we are doing and make sure that it makes a safe place and safe to play with.
The event drew participants from across the region.
We welcome everybody in NWA, and not only NWA, last year people from Missouri, Oklahoma came over here. We want the same here please join us.
Bringing colors, culture, and community together in Northwest Arkansas. In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
Well, check this out. A taste of Hollywood in Springdale. People filled Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium tonight, but it wasn't for a football game. They were just extras in a Lifetime movie that's being filmed in Northwest Arkansas. It's called The Secret Life of the Coach's Wife, and the Springdale School District was more than willing to lend a hand.
We're going to get to showcase our band, our football team, our cheer, our dance, our stands, and most importantly, we get to show the culture of Springdale, what it's like to be here and what it's like to be a community-focused school that's the heartbeat of a community. And it's really exciting to be able to show that off nationwide through a feature film.
Sounds like a good movie. No word yet on, though, whenever the movie is set to be released.